Hey guys, Saenchai here. Back in November, Buakaw and Saenchai shocked the world by actually fighting each other at BKFC. Now this was shocking for a few reasons. Buakaw and Saenchai both getting on, they're approaching retirement age. Buakaw's 41, Saenchai's 2 years older at 43. They're both from different weight classes. Buakaw and Saenchai haven't really fought competitive Thai opponents for a long time. In fact, Buakaw's last Thai opponent was all the way back in 2006, which was John Hod. But probably most shocking of all is they're really good friends. They even play football together. Well, kind of. They go out drinking together. And from time to time they train Muay Thai together. So even though they're messing around in these videos, you can almost guarantee that throughout the years there would have been times where they'd be sharing the same gym and training together, and you know there would have been more of like a competitive rivalry. You know, but the funny thing is Buakaw was never really that highly regarded in the Muay Thai world. He was never a Lumpini or Rajadamnern champion. So going into this fight, you know, Saenchai would be, he's more applicable for GOAT status in that way. But, you know, Buakaw is the biggest star in Muay Thai of all time, really. I mean, I can't think of anyone else that's done as much for Muay Thai, especially for Thai Muay Thai, than Buakaw. But the other thing that's really interesting is the clash of styles. Buakaw is, you know, known for his like relentless aggression and, you know, just getting after the knockout.
Удерживает Buakaw на левой руке, на прямой, и боковой слева.
Saenchai kind of got the reputation later on, especially it's been more of like a trickster. You know, he does the Muay femur thing really well. He can bang when he has to, but then he's also super tricky. So yeah, it's fair to say that arguably this is the biggest fight in Muay Thai history. Especially with these two knowing each other so well, it's such an interesting fight. Let's get into it, we'll have a look. Okay, now, I did say this is the biggest fight in Muay Thai history, and I stand by that statement, but this isn't Muay Thai. There are 2-minute rounds. They're not allowed to throw each other from the clinch, I think, and of course, it's bare knuckle. So, here we go. Now with it being bare knuckle, and these two, even though this is a fight, they are, you know, they are still friends at the end of the day. So, you know, they're both going to be not really wanting to cut each other to bits, I think. But you can see the tactics already. You know, with this much experience, they both know how to fight each other. It's just whoever can do get the game plan pulled off better. Buakaw, you can see just straight away on the front foot. Probably hasn't done that since the early 90s. And Saenchai, you know, almost playing straight into like a Muay femur style, you know, more on the back foot, picking off Buakaw where he can. Buakaw punching towards the body. I mean, a lot of people didn't think that this fight would happen, but they both said they didn't want to discredit Muay Thai and do a fake fight. So, you know, they you know, both said this was real. And, you know, but the hardness of the kicks, you know, they're both throwing them in. Let's see what that was. I mean, that would have been a big overhand by Saenchai. Oh. See, so I did see this. Now, Buakaw obviously throws a head kick, but then kind of apologises for it. Now, That's probably from just in his brain from like times when they sparred together or something like that. You know, they are trying to hurt each other here, and they both want to win. So some people have said that that was like, oh, they're obviously sparring, but I think that's just, you know, pre-programmed. Okay, so remember, it is like a limited clinch kind of thing. I'm not sure of exactly what the rules were. There you go. I mean, Saenchai, you know, he's not scared to throw that left hand, you know. Only one punch in this can end the fight, you know, especially with bare knuckle. Buakaw's throwing them kicks in. Sometimes, you know, if you were, for example, you're going to go and fight Saenchai afterwards, you kind of have to look at the blueprint that Buakaw finds to you know, kind of get the win over Saenchai, and you know, vice versa. You could look at Saenchai and see what did he do to Buakaw. You know, sometimes it's not just the opponent that you've got to look at that you're going to be fighting. It's sometimes their previous opponent too. Yeah, it's very Rafael Fiziev. I don't think I've ever seen Buakaw do a layback that well. So there you go. Buakaw kicks him around the head, says sorry, and then knees him. 2. Buakaw, you know, he really is looking for that back leg of Saenchai. Trying to take his footwork away from him, I guess. Big kicks landing. See, so you can see that the way that Buakaw's taken away the area from Saenchai, taking his space away, suffocating his style, stifling him. Because once Saenchai's got room, or a fighter like Saenchai has room, they'll play, and then you are in trouble. You know, they get a rhythm, and that's it. Oh, see, they are throwing. Now, see, in BKFC, with these special rules, that was a foul. Buakaw say sorry. Yeah, it's a funny one. I mean, they spent hours and hours and hours, you know, in the clinches, and you know, of course, these things are going to happen, like just out of habit. Spinning backhand attempt again by Buakaw. I mean, Saenchai really isn't scared to mix it up with him. Go. Yeah, I mean, they're trading, obviously trying to, you know, I mean, Buakaw's throwing it on, you know, as well. Really is trying to smother Saenchai. Oh, those kicks again. Yeah, Buakaw's just chipping away. He's just busier than Saenchai is. There's that foul again. Buakaw getting told off. Just habit, you know. I've never once seen Buakaw really be a dirty fighter. I've seen him get angry, but never dirty. Oi! Yeah, so there you go. Saenchai winning to elbow his mate. Cheers, pal. Buakaw getting a thick layer of Vaseline. Okay. Look at the highlights here. Yeah, you can see Buakaw really wants to pull the trigger. You know, definitely not playing too friendly. You know, I think Buakaw, after his first fight in BKFC, he did hurt his hand. So I think, you know, he might be a little bit gun shy with throwing his hands. Hello. You know, at the end of the day, the last thing that he wants, you know, he probably has his, you know, the next 6 months or so booked with fights and whatever he's going to do. So you can assume he doesn't want to damage his hands now. You know, 41 years old, if he has to take time off, you know, chances are he'd be retired. There you go. I mean, that we've seen that same combination a few times now. Watch his, so he kicks the rear leg and then comes in with a back leg knee. It's effective, you know. Saenchai's southpaw here. Yeah, Buakaw's doing such a good job of, you know, shutting down the distance and stuff, taking all of Saenchai's space away. Seeing that, like I said, they both know how to beat each other. It's just who can pull off the game plan better, or, you know, sooner. Saenchai, you know, he's giving it back though. I mean, look how short and sharp that elbow was here. I mean, so close. Let's see what did that kick land? Oh, it's like it got up there, but not really. Yeah, Buakaw's just so busy, those low kicks. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, it's a good fight, you know, and I think they're both kind of showing what you would expect from both of them, you know. It's just that Buakaw is able to push forward just a little bit more than Saenchai is able to play. You know, and out of the two, you know, just because Saenchai's been having to react to stuff and be on the back foot, he does look the more tired. And it is more that, I mean, Saenchai is still extremely fit and still extremely capable of beating most fighters in the world. It's not just that he's a little old fart now, you know. Oh, look at Buakaw's face when he throws that left hook. The rage on him. Oh, I don't know how they didn't cut Buakaw. It's a good thing that Saenchai is short, you know, even though he's flexible and he's able to get that head kick up. You know, Buakaw is still kind of able to catch it on his forearm and, like, you know, lever him off. Buakaw's face. Yeah, Buakaw, you know, very busy. Just doing a good job of, like, shutting Saenchai down. Kick. Come on. Hey, round 4. I've said this before, but it's so tiring. Oh, that was really well timed by Buakaw, but it's so tiring to be on the back foot. You know, when you're on the front foot like that, you can kind of take the power and energy away from somebody else, from your opponent. You know, being on the back foot is difficult. But normally, Saenchai is really good at doing that. Look at that teep, so well timed. Even this, you know, you never really seen Buakaw do this in a fight, but watch how he catches, he brings his knee up and brings his shin just across Saenchai's legs, just blocking him from kicking or kneeing. There you go, look at that. So smart. Whoa, just show you that again as well. Buakaw goes for that knee, now watch his right elbow. Just slides up one more time. Bang, and then the elbow. Are people worried about these two just playing around and having fun with each other? Doesn't look like they're having fun. Okay, so that was just interesting for me. So Buakaw catches his teeth. Now, sometimes you can do this. Like, don't just give up when you try one thing. So, look, okay, he tries this, he doesn't sweep him. But then he just throws another kick anyway. Sometimes you'll see in more inexperienced fighters, they'll just try one thing and then just get frustrated and, you know, whatever, it'll end up in the clinch or that he'll just get separated. See, Saenchai throwing this, you know, I do think that somewhere it got called a foul to do this because you're putting his hands down on the floor and then throwing a kick. But the thing is, it really breaks the rhythm of the fight. So even though it looks cool, I can understand why referees don't like this. You know, and Buakaw definitely looks frustrated that Saenchai did this. You know, it's not that Saenchai's showboating, but it's just, it's time wasting. You know, there's 3 minutes of the fight left. You know, so yeah, Buakaw looks frustrated, more annoyed that that happened. But I can see why Saenchai did it. Yeah, I mean, Buakaw's just so busy, just picking away, keeping Saenchai guessing. All these little feints and stuff, over time, they'll just exhaust your opponent's nervous system, make them feel really tired. I mean, Saenchai's fighting back well, though. Yeah, Buakaw's just eager to get going again. You know, it's been a long time since we've seen Saenchai really get pushed like this. Left hook landed by Buakaw. And again, an uppercut. I mean, Saenchai's got some chin on him. You know, that you got to think Buakaw's not going to be throwing these punches to the face as hard because you don't have to, it's bare knuckle. You know, but, you know, Saenchai's got a hell of a chin on him. Took about, I think, 3 or 4 punches landed there. Yeah, Buakaw doing some wicked work. There we go. Okay, going into the last round now. Saenchai's got some swelling around his eye. Just want to see that flurry by Buakaw. Nice. That's a nice little trick. I mean, Buakaw, you know, didn't look like he liked it, but I don't think that caught him on the cup. And then, yeah, didn't look too happy about that cartwheel kick. There you go. There's one left hook that landed. Got him again and again and again, and then the uppercut landed. I mean, Saenchai's got some chin on him. We've never really seen him get hit like that unless you look way back. Okay, so going into the last round. Of course, some love between the two of them. Buakaw still wants it though. Whoa. Nice foul. Still nice. Yeah, I mean, these old habits, they are just going to be creep in. You know, what can they do? Both of them probably training over 30 years. Some nice boxing. I mean, look, this fight, like, look, these two are friends, but you know the real winner is the fans. You know, they really did put on a solid performance. You know, and that, you know, here we are in the last round with a minute left, and you know they are still going for it. There you go. I mean, Buakaw, those rear leg kicks that he's been landing on Saenchai the whole fight, that they really have been effective. They've slowed Saenchai down. But also just the way that Buakaw's just kept that pressure on him. It's funny that Buakaw's done that to Saenchai so many times, but then complains. There you go. Oh, still going after the bell. It's all right, the mate. Of course, this, you know, you see this way too often, particularly with foreigners fighting Thais, or, you know, just fighting each other. They do this all the time, but, you know, here they are both kind of apologising to each other for having to hurt each other. Buakaw saying jip means hurt. No. You know, it's so surprising, you know, this fight got made and, you know, no one really thought that BKFC could get it done, but here we are, you know, they did. Skip to the winner. Of course, Buakaw wins. Now, I paid and watched for this live when it happened, and Buakaw, you know, he said, like, don't quote me, but it was kind of loose, you know, quote this loosely. Buakaw said that, you know, he's hoping that this fight answered a lot of questions, or he feels like this answered a lot of questions. And I think that was to, you know, say, look, I really was one of the top Thais. You know, I can still compete with guys like Saenchai. Even though Saenchai's a bit long in the tooth, so is Buakaw, you know. So who knows in their heyday if they'd have met, like, what would have happened, you know, the Buakaw versus Saenchai when they were both at the top of their game was supposed to happen, and it never did. So in that way, it's sad for Buakaw that these fights didn't happen, but at least they got made now. And, you know, this was a great performance by both fighters, you know. Saenchai, you know, had his moments, but, you know, Buakaw just got his game plan executed better on that night. You know, a different night could have been a different result, but here we are. You know, it's a shame that, you know, looking at it realistically, we'll probably never get a fight that big again. You know, that there are very few supers. There's no one as big as Buakaw, and there's not really anyone as big as Saenchai. You know, Tawanchai Super One's coming up, but that doesn't do the same thing as this. So it's good that this fight got made. Like I said, you know, the real winners were the fans. So yeah, there we go. That's the full story of Buakaw versus Saenchai. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.